Hi, Angela. This is Joyce. How are you doing
Oh,
today?
doing well today. How are you?
I'm fine. I said, Hi, Angela. This is Joyce, as if I was calling you.
I know, right? It's all good.
I know we're from telephone to Zoom call to email. So
Yes,
it's
all the time.
crazy. I hope your days, viewers, I hope your days are not as crazy as our days. But anyway, I'm Joyce Burgess. I'm here with my good friend Angela Valentine, and we're here to bring you another version of Path, Parents as Teachers at Home. We really, really want to help you in your journey as a new homeschool mom or a veteran homeschool mom, whatever the case is, or if you're just a mom that just want to spend more time with your children educationally. I learned during the 30 years that I homeschool, I learned that as a homeschool mom, you are spending more time teaching your children if you only did 30 minutes a week.
Wow.
Now, I don't recommend that, but if you only spent 30 minutes a week with your children, you're giving them more than they would get in any other setting, because in any other setting, it's less than 4 minutes per day that your child is learning instruction, less than 4 minutes a day that your child is getting academic instruction. So no matter how much time you're spending with your child, above 30 minutes, even in a week, you are spending more time with your children academically. So I hope that relaxes you. And of course, you have your children with you always. So everything's a lesson, whether it's academic, whether it's physical, whether it's spiritual or mental, everything is a lesson. And I do want to I want to hit on quite a few things today, but I do want to hit on something mental. If you are teaching your children at home, or even if you're just spending time with your children educationally, watch their mental health. Really think about them in, intellectually or mentally or emotionally. Spend time giving to that part of your child as well, loving on them, praising them, of course, being kind, but also being firm, because when you're firm with your children, or when you discipline your children, however way you think is discipline, it strengthens them. It makes them feel like I have someone who cares for me. When you're praising them, when you're being kind to them, when you're concerned about them, when you're being firm with them, and when you're disciplining them, they appreciate that, especially as they grow older. So really pay special attention to their emotional health, their mental health, because we want our children to grow strong. I've been planting in my garden all week, all last weekend rather. And I've seen where I planted some flowers that are strong now. Their stems are strong, their leaves look lively, but I've also planted some plants that are not quite as strong as the others that I planted. And of course, it causes me concern because I'm thinking, what did I do wrong? Did I give it the right nutrients? Did I water it enough? And our children, we have to pay that much attention to our children as well, on an emotional status as well as their mental status. Love on them, embrace them, let them know that you care. Say, I love you. A lot of times, parents, how many times a day do you say you love your child? Even in the comment section, help other parents know how to say, I love you. My mom was not a big sayer of I love you, but she did things. She'd say, Joyce, would you like to go outside and play? And she's always, she knew I wanted to go outside and play. But that's how she would show her love to me. Either she would fix me a nice sandwich, just different little things that you can show your child that you love them. But it's always better to say, I love you, where they're looking deep into your eyes and you're looking into their eyes, where you say, I love you. So before I forget where I want to go with this version of Path, let me get to it. I just wanted to share with you that the month of May is Hummingbird month. And it's crazy because here I am planting all these hummingbird plants, and I'm going to show you at some point if I can film a hummingbird. You know, they're so fast. But if I can film a hummingbird, I just want to show you how my garden is doing in some of the upcoming Path presentations. But I have a couple of books that I wanted to share with you. One book about hummingbirds that will help explain these little bitty birds to children. A little bird that can fit in the palm of your hand is a hummingbird. And here's one book by Nicole Davies, and it's called, I hope you can see that, and it's just simply called Hummingbird. Just Hummingbird. It explains to children what kind of like the social aspects of a hummingbird, you know, how a hummingbird wings, they flap, I guess that's the right word for them. They flap many tens upon tens times per minute. So this is the book again. Got the title, Hummingbird by Nicole Davies. Beautiful, beautiful birds. On the back of the book, it says, every spring, I think I'm gonna have to get my glasses for this. You know, when you get older, you tend to need some glasses. Hold on a second. Okay, great. It says, every spring, birds small enough to fit in the palm of your hand fly 2,000 miles north to lay their eggs. And in this book, they even show how they build their nest, which is incredible. This is a story of one tiny hummingbird's amazing journal. So this hummingbird, and they have a family in this book, and they have the hummingbird feeders, of which I have around my property as well. Hummingbird feeders, which is simple. You can go to any dollar store or any dollar store, get hummingbird feeders for less than $2. It's sugar water, or you can buy the mixture and put it in a hummingbird feeder, and that will draw the hummingbird. I have a friend of mine who created a beautiful hummingbird garden, and so she filmed the hummingbirds and sent a video to me last week. But it's a really good book. I hope you get it. This May, it's not too late to plant some flowers that draw hummingbirds, or to get this book and read it to your children, and I guarantee you, it will just take you away. There was this little girl, I went to an honors event the other night, and during a bio of this little student who was being honored, she says in her bio, the teacher was reading her bio, and she said, I love to travel, or I travel a lot. She says, I'm a traveler in her bio. And the teacher later explained in her bio, as she was reading her bio, she said, and this little girl, what she means when she travels, she reads books. And you know, books can transport you. I've read books that transport me to Italy, France, England, Africa, all of these great places that I look forward to physically traveling to at some point in my future. But I just found that so amazing. This little 17-year-old girl was creative enough to say that she was a traveler, and that's how she traveled, was through her books. So parents, I encourage you, take the rest of the month of May, enjoy the month of May, enjoy Hummingbird month with your family, with your children. All righty, now you know we're all coming into the summertime, right? I've done some spring cleaning, so to speak. And it's been nice to throw some things away. How many of you need to throw some things away? In the comments, let me know if you need to get rid of some clothes, or, you know, just what's around the house. You can call your local Goodwill shop. They will actually come to your place and pick those items up. But it has just been so relieving to get rid of some junk. And that's what I call it, because it's been 45 years of stuff and I was able to get rid of it. So I was doing some spring cleaning and got my little grandchildren to participate in it as well, getting rid of some little stuffed animals or Legos, wait for you one or two under the couch somewhere. But here's a book that I fell in love with, and it's entitled Clean Your Room, Harvey Moon. Clean Your Room, Harvey Moon. And it's by Pat Cummings. And of course, it's the story of this little boy who wanted to play video games, and his mom told him, not today, you're not doing anything until you clean your room. So it was so funny. I think the funniest part of the book for me was when she comes into the room to examine his room, he has pushed everything under the rug. And I'm going to let you read the book to find out what happens after that. But it's a very good book, and I think children will love it. So, Clean Your Room, Harvey Moon by Pat Cummings. That's all I have today. I encourage you to stay connected with your children's education. And when the children are grown, you will see your investment. Do not look at yourself as a sacrifice. Do not look at homeschooling your kids or participating in your children's lessons as a sacrifice. Look at it as an investment, because you are looking for your children to return everything that you have invested in them. And when I say return, I mean where they're able to take care of themselves, they're able to be productive for themselves, and if they choose to have families, they're able to take care of their own families, have their own house, have their own car, then have their own money. So that's the kind of return you are looking for your children as they become adults. So don't look at it as a sacrifice. Look at it as a return. God bless you. Have a great weekend.